it's Ruth here from One Tall Poppy, and today I am talking with you about 7 reasons why I love my hairdresser. Love, love, love my hairdresser. Okay, so I recently had my hair cut into a different style. It's sort of half up today, so you can't see the full effect, but I posted a picture the other day on Facebook and just got a lot of love, which was really sweet and flattering. But you can see he added some gentle highlights over here in sort of a splattered way and cut the fringe, and he really layered it around my face. But I have had this conversation with so many people, and I felt like it was time to talk about it on here, especially because I just had my hair done. One of the things that I always recommend to people, because people want to know, what do I invest in? What can I save on? That kind of a vibe. And one of the things that I always say is, don't skimp on your hair. Invest in your hair. Because think about it. This is your head. Your head. There's no getting away from it. You cannot wear a hat to work every single day. It's just not possible. And your head is the first thing that people see. And how many times in your life, how many times in my life have I had a bad haircut because I wanted to save a few bucks or pop into some place that was a bit more convenient, and then you end up with like a really crappy haircut, and you spend months, maybe even a year, growing out bad layers, bad cuts, trying to regain the health of your hair. Okay, it's really not worth it. This is your head. It's like the first impression that you make. It's really, really, really important. Okay, so I want to share with you, number one, I want to say invest in your hair. Like, don't go spending like willy-nilly thousands and thousands of dollars on your hair, but I am saying, like, you do need to spend a reasonable amount of, it's an investment. That's all I'm trying to say. It's an investment wherever you're at. It's an investment. Okay. So the 7 things that I wanted to share with you in terms of why I love my hairdresser and I trust him so much. Okay. The first thing that I want to say is that my hairdresser tells me the truth. And I love this about him. Okay. So actually, probably a year ago, at least maybe 10 months ago or something, I went to him with this picture of short hair, and I wanted to chop all of my hair off. And he looked at me and he said, "My baby, if you want that haircut, you're going to have to find another hairdresser. I'm not going to do it." And I was all like, "Why?" And he just said to me, "I can see that you're frustrated, but your hair looks stunning and it's on its way to fabulous. Push through." He said, "Sit down, we'll sort you out for today." So he trimmed my hair and he fiddled with the color a bit, and the color was more than enough to sort of like help me push through, okay? Because I was trying to get sort of past my shoulders down to the length that I am now. Would have never gotten there without him. Really appreciated him telling me the truth. I actually went back 3 months later, again, different short haircut, and I was like, this is a little bit longer, it's cute, it's time for a change. And he said to me, "Who's that in the picture?" I said, "Oh, she's this TV personality from the States, and she's so cute." And he goes, "Oh, then you would have taken into consideration the fact that she's a whole team of people that do her hair and makeup every day and make her look that fabulous. So either you commit to coming here once a week so I can wash, blow dry, and style your hair, or you're going to look like a frazzled poodle with that thing on your head if I cut that." And I was like, he's so right. Like, he wasn't at all trying to be nasty, but he was telling me the truth and I needed to hear it. So once again, I took a deep breath and I trusted him, because that's why I go to him. I think he's really, really amazing. And I'll share with you other reasons why I trust him so much now. Okay, so number 1, tells me the truth. Love that about him. Number 2, obviously, and I think I just covered this, he stretches me a bit. So he knows, he knew that it was going to be difficult for me to grow my hair past my shoulders and a bit down, and he was sort of like, "Push it out, you can do it." And he, changed the color a bit, and I came in every so often and had him style it, and he knew that I needed to be stretched a bit to actually see my hair get to this point. And I'm really glad that he did push me in that sense. And then this last time that I went to get my hair done, now actually I just want to stop for a second and say that I have been wanting to go and get my hair colored and cut for at least 3 or 4 months. And financially, I couldn't do it. So I was like, I can either go to someone else, which was not an option because after after being with this hairdresser, it's not even an option. I'm ruined for life. He's so amazing. So instead of taking the cheap option or the easy way out, I waited. And the other reason that I waited was because my schedule was so busy and I knew that coloring my hair and cutting it would take a few hours. And I didn't want to go and be all stressed and be like, hurry, 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 hurry. So I waited it out. I could see in my schedule that financially I was going to be a bit more freed up, and time-wise I was going to be a bit more freed up in like 2 or 3 months. So I just bit the bullets, tied my hair up, did whatever I had to do to make it through. And I'm so glad I waited. So glad I waited. It stretched me a little bit past how comfortable I felt with my hair, but I'm so glad that I waited. Because I went to him this last time, totally in need of a change. He did my color, which was super fabulous. I'm like in love with it. And he just trimmed my hair. And then he phoned me the next morning, and then again, another sign of a very good hairdresser. He phoned me the next morning and he said, how is your hair sitting? How are you feeling, son? And I said, actually, I haven't washed it yet. Give me a few days and I'll let you know. So a few days went by and I'd washed it and it was looking incredibly healthy and the color was amazing, but it was too heavy and like my hair is very, very thick and it was just, I wasn't coping with styling it. So I actually went back to his salon and I said, I'm not coping. I need something. So he said, fine, come on Thursday. So he came. And he said to me, you've been wanting a change for a while. Is it time for a change? Yes. Okay, so we agreed that it was time for a change, which brings me to point number 4. He knew what kind of change to make for me. So he has basically spent all this time the last year growing my hair out. It's like when I very first came to him, my hair was like at my shoulders here. So he spent all this time like helping me grow my hair basically. So it would have been crazy and sort of super counterproductive if he just lopped it all off. So he knew what kind of change to make by adding the fringe and some layering, and he does this really cool technique where he like thins it out a bit from underneath, but it doesn't actually affect the look of the hair. I love the way he does it. It gave me the change that I needed. It was simple, subtle, but bold, and I adore him to the moon and back for knowing what kind of change to make, because I've been to other hairdressers in the past and you say you want to make a change and they just like, they take the chance and run and they jump off the deep end and they start like chopping off layers and this and that and funky things sticking out. And there's a time and a place and a person for all of those things, but that was not me. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that I just really appreciated that he knew when to make a change and how to make a change. Which brings me to point number 5, is that he listens so well. He listens and then he translates. Because I think any creative person can identify with this, because I know I do as well. Like sometimes I start working with a client and I think, oh, they'll look so amazing in this and I can't wait to try them in that. But as I get to know them, I realize that's not where they're at, or that doesn't fit into their lifestyle, or maybe their bravery isn't quite there yet. Or sometimes you just have a different idea than the other person. But what's more important is the listening to the other person. That's exactly how I felt with him, was that he listened to what kind of change I wanted to make, and then he said, okay, and he like translated it. He translated it into sort of what he knew would be best for my hair and my face shape and my lifestyle, and I love that about him. Notice that he didn't run off with his own ideas. He listened and he translated. I think that's really, really important. And my reason number 6 why I absolutely adore my hairdresser is because the health of my hair is foremost. Like my hair has never been healthier in my entire life. Like he is just, the health of my hair is foremost. And I've taken a number of my image clients to him, and I've just seen over the course of their time as clients with him that the health of their hair is just, it's insane how healthy their hair gets. And I love that about him, because especially as you grow older, you know, your hair can break more and become more brittle and lose texture and all sorts of stuff. And I love the fact that I'm getting older, but my hair is actually getting healthier, and I have him to thank for that. So And the seventh thing that I want to say that I love about my hairdresser, which I think is a big thing that enables him to sort of do all of these things that I just talked about, other than the fact that he's just incredibly fabulous as a person, is that he goes for regular training. So I know for a fact, he has a certain amount of hours every month. Like the other day when I was speaking to him, he had like 300 hours of training that he had to do. So it's new styles, new trends, new cutting techniques, new health hair technology, and he does a certain amount of hours every single month so that he's up to date on styles and, like I said, styles, trends, colors, technology, products, all that kind of stuff. So you never feel stale when you go in there. It feels like this very dynamic, vibey environment that is, like I said in the past point, translated to everyday women. And I love that. I feel really comfortable with somebody that's constantly renewing their education. I think I would feel very nervous with someone that hadn't been to any training and had just sort of been like flipping through magazines for a while. So there you have it. Those are the 7 reasons why I absolutely adore my hairdresser. And I will see you again